going to have a crowd that would bulge the walls, but we appreciate you being here, and we have a pretty good bit of information that we'd like to share with you today. To start off with, I'd like to ask Thane McCarl, if you will, to lead us in the pledge of the flag. So we stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now we'll start with introductions, and let's start with Keith up here.
I'm Keith Reddy with the Cannon Courier.
Pam Stickley with the Coalition.
Travis Max with Lions Club.
Amber Lewis with Cannon County Probation.
Russell O'Neill with Cumberland Heights.
I'm Diane Turner, the retired nurse.
Patrick Swanson, County Drug Task Force.
Scott Teal, County Drug Task Force.
Ava Woodley, Director, Woodbury Staff.
Dan Carl, Assistant Director of Coalition.
And I'm Glenn Stately, Director of the Cannon County Prevention Abuse Coalition. And have someone that just walked in the door.
Practicing writing my name. I'm Dale Prince, and I'm involved with the solid waste for the county.
Good to see you, Thea.
Thank you.
Okay. The minutes were sent out a week ago, and again last night, and I hope everyone had an opportunity to take a look at them. And is there any corrections or revisions that you'd like to see in the minutes? If not, do I entertain a motion for approval? Do I hear a second?
Second.
All agree? Aye. All opposed? Right. Thank you. Okay, under new business, it's not listed, but I'd like to put it on there anyway. It's a little announcement. I don't know how many of you were at the meeting where it was unveiled that Thane McCarl was Cannon County's ambassador for the Faces of Opioid Crisis Program for the state of Tennessee. We have posters of Thane on there. He's serving Cannon County as an ambassador for that, and we appreciate that very, very much. In addition to that, since we met last, Thane McCardle has been certified as a certified peer recovery specialist by the state of Tennessee. Now, what Thane will be able to do, he will be able to work with those, help get them into treatment, and then when they come out, walk them through recovery. Opioids and substance abuse in Cannon County is more prevalent than anybody thinks it is. But now we have someone in our county that has devoted themselves to helping those people who want a better life. And we're very, very happy to have Thane as a part of this coalition here. Thank you, Thane.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to work on our strategies and goals that we have set thus far. And before we start that, we had one other person walk in the door. I'd like to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sarah Farrell. I work with UT Extension, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Good to have you with us, Sarah. Okay, at our last meeting,
Did everybody see that?
Like this old, it's a little late. Maybe a little bit.
at our last meeting, we had another brainstorming session from the members to create the coalition strategies. And what we have first up here, what we have selected, more prescription drop boxes in the county. We currently have 2. As a matter of fact, a week before this was put up there, we only had 1, and that was at the sheriff's department over here. Since that time, the first part of November, we now have 2. The other one is at the police department, and that was done. And you may have seen that in the Courier this week, by the way. We had a photograph and an article on that drop box being established at the police department. So now we have 2. But in addition to that, we're working on a 3rd one. We need 1 more here, and we need it at a drugstore at a pharmacy. When people come in and get their new prescriptions, they can bring it over and drop them off and not have to go out of the way. So we're working on that right now. So that's one thing that we're already working on. That take back events, add 2 events already in place. We have 2 in place. We have 1 in April, the last part of April, and this past April was our first take back day, and that was 16 days after we were established. We took back 21.2 pounds of prescription drugs in our very first one. The next one we had was on the 26th of October. That one, we took 67.2 pounds back. So in 2 take-back events already, thanks to all you people out there that have taken your old, unused prescription drugs out of your medicine cabinets, out of your pantries, and put them in a barrel for the DEA to incinerate, we've gotten just under 90 pounds of prescription drugs off the streets that our chief up there says that he will never have to worry about again. And that's huge, and we thank you for that. But if we want that, if that's going to be a priority here, we will have more events, because we can certainly have them. But we're hoping that the drop boxes will help take care of some of that. Next is talk to doctors, nurses, etc., regularly and privately, and that is about the prescribing of opioid drugs, or really any drugs that can be abused. Talk to schools, informational counselors, and working with 4-H. That is a strategy, and I'm happy to say that thanks to Ms. Sarah and Mrs. Steakley have already gotten together and have created a curriculum along with from the 4-H aspect of it to go into schools next month.
Yes, we'll be doing all of the 4th through 8th grade schools
Great.
next month.
So and also I spoke with Director Curtis yesterday over to his office. He was trying to get some work done while the schools closed down, and he suggested that that we partner with them in their summer program, the school summer program, and we're more than happy to do that as well. It's exciting for us, for the schools to ask us to come in and help. It's exciting for us, and we want to do the best job that we possibly can on there. Posters in the clinics, that is something we can certainly do. And then saturate the communities. Okay. Okay. Number 2, resources in and outside the county. Partner with the Rutherford counties coalition, and they are a great supporter of our coalition, and we certainly support them as well. Another one that is very supportive of us that we love to partner with is DeKalb's coalition. Recruit resources, hold classes to build those resources. So we thought that we would go ahead. We thought that we would go ahead and work on that. That's something that I had seen Rutherford County do. They have a skills building program. And that is something that we can do as well. And build our own resources here in our county. And what will that be? That would be ACES, become knowledgeable about ACES, CPR, suicide prevention. There's so many things that we can do in this county to educate people, to give them the knowledge where they can help their community. And that's what we want to do. Drug recovery court. We're already working on that. As a matter of fact, we've been working on that. I think you laid the groundwork on this several months ago. And as a matter of fact, was it 2 weeks ago?
About a week ago.
About a week ago, you made a very good contact and sat down with a judge and an official in the county. And while you were there, I believe you had a phone call to the state.
Yeah, so I had a phone call to the state, the administrator for drug courts, and she's a drug court coordinator. She put us at the top of the list to have a recovery court grant. Governor Bill Lee signed, I guess, a bunch of stuff giving recovery courts tons of grants, so there's money out there. And she put us on the top of the list. So once we get all the groundwork done with the counselors and drug and alcohol separate people, she said within 3 months we can get that grant so we can have a recovery court here, so we can kind of help clear out our jails and hopefully get people into some treatment instead of into jail. So that's.
Thank you. Next is, thought they should have ACES training into our skill building. We mentioned that briefly. And the ACES class, I believe, is in January. Is that correct?
That's what I was told. We don't know the official date yet, but I was told yet.
And as soon as it is, you'll see it on our Facebook page, and we'll try to put it out for everyone. As a matter of fact, we try not to inundate all of our members with emails every day, email from us. We try not to do that. We try to just unless it's something really special, it's only about meetings, because we don't want to turn you off from emails. But when this is announced, we may send an email out where everyone will know that this is scheduled, and probably be at the courthouse. That's where most of them are. And then therapists in schools, and want to know if grants are available for that. Number 3, educating the public at ball games, community events, community meetings. And we have already been out. Football games, we've been out to basketball games, have not been out to any baseball games yet. But we're trying to get out and at least let folks know that we're there. Facebook, we try to have an active Facebook page. If anyone has any suggestions on how we can make that better, because I am not a Facebook person. I am not a Facebook person. Ms. Stickley is better than I am. And she doesn't claim to be a Facebook person either, so if anyone has suggestions on how we can improve our Facebook page, please let us know.
Mr. Director, I have
I'm
an
sorry?
idea on that. So Facebook promotion, there is a young man in a county not too far from here, in Macon County, who works with the church. He volunteered to help them with their Facebook page. They were getting around 100 to 150 people viewing the page and liking it, etc. They're now at 17,000. He is able to promote your Facebook page. I'll put you in touch with Tamara Hall, who can get you his information and see if he can help you promote your page as well.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
That's great.
So
Thank you.
we'll do that.
If you don't have
Glenn, once you get that and Glenn, once you get that information, I want it
Facebook
too.
page. Just go in and search the County Prevention Substance.
If we want the young man that's
Oh no, I would give him the contact information so they can speak and if you're wanting to jump on it there, I think this might be a good committee opportunity right there and for media promotions type of thing and put you guys together and work on this Facebook page together. tell you what he's done, and he might be willing to help you with it the first time, show you what he does, and then you guys take off and run with it from there.
We should be able to look at it now. His.
He is, oh yes, that's the Macon County Substance Abuse Coalition, that's their actual page. I'll send you all the links and information, I'm actually.
I'll keep you posted on that, and you may want to help on this. And Keith, you had something?
I was gonna say, if you get that information, I want it too. Because I need to ask him some questions, because Facebook's changed their rules. And it's hard to get new people to come to a page. They've changed their rules about inviting people. You can only invite so many now.
Yeah.
And then they've cracked down on a lot of that. I'd like to see if he can somehow get around it for me.
Okay. Good. Great. Next is the complete county resource booklet. The state of Tennessee, back in the spring, ran a program to create a resource booklet for families. And I think I might have told several people about this, and we were going to get several of those community resource books for Cannon County, and I think we had ordered something around 3,000 of those just for our community. That has not come to terms yet. We were supposed to have gotten that in October, and I understand that the person in charge of that may have had a medical problem. I met with someone at Putnam County's coalition last week that was going to look into that for us. But anyway, the members of this coalition felt like we should do something because you felt like this was needed in there. So thought that was a priority. So we have worked on that this month, and we'll go over what we've gotten this month and let you see it. But there's something else that we're working on. Another one is No Women's Resources in the Community. We have 2 substance abuse treatment centers in Cannon County. One of them is Stones River Recovery, the other is Spring to Life. Both of those are for men, and there are no resources there for women. So that's something that we're looking into as well. Action activities, strategic goals, short-term goals, skill building classes. I just mentioned that earlier. Meet with local physicians, and I don't know how to do that. I know there's a protocol in doing that. I know that if I was a physician, I wouldn't want somebody walking in my office and telling me how to treat people. So, but I understand that there may be a protocol for that, and we'll certainly look into that and use that to the best of our ability. Next short-term county resource draft, and we said that we would have a draft done at our January meeting. What I'm about to show you is an in-process booklet and not a draft. So we can add to that. And as a matter of fact, I'll get to that in just a minute. Intermediate set up at the Safety Day and at the Dropbox. Safety Day is where the first responders all meet up on the square, and with the blue lights and red lights, and all the kids come out and families come out and enjoy it. When is that, Chief? You know?
It's sometime probably in March.
Sometime in March.
Yeah, it'll be around close to prom and senior fruit.
Okay.
Graduate.
And we will certainly be there. We'll certainly be there this year for that. And as far as the Dropbox, I'm not sure that we need to have a Dropbox there because there'll be too much going on. And there are certain specifics that you have to follow when you have a take back day. third drop box at a pharmacy, as I mentioned earlier, we're working on that right now. NA meetings and women's resources, and I think that is something that Thane is working on right now, as a matter of fact. But anyway, that is what the coalition had put together last month that they felt like they needed to work on. And as you see, several of those we're already working on, which is good. So we've got some very good things going on now for our community. And we're going to be able to do for our community like we've never been able to do before. And I want to thank everyone here and everyone in the community who is working to make this possible right now. All right. Our resource guide. This is what we have come up with. We did not do all of this by ourselves. Some things happen that you just can't explain. Happens. I like to call it divine intervention. Some people don't. That's fine. But I know that things happen for me that I can't make happen myself. So we'll just leave it at that. But I was told that back in 2012 and 2013, that the Health Council, County Health Council, had worked on a resource guide. So I started calling, and all the names that were given to me, I had never heard of before. Most of them had moved out. But one name that I was familiar with was the name Connie Reeves. That was the director of the Senior Center up here. Now she'd been gone for how many years now? About 3 or 4 years, something like that. And as a matter of fact, she is even gone from the place that she left here to go to work, and she has moved. So I was trying to get in touch with her, so I went up to the Senior Center, and the current director up there, I was trying to explain to her what I was looking for, and she looked, couldn't find it. And I said, well, I won't take any more of your time up. If you just run across it, let me know. So I left with the intentions of getting with, worrying several other people about this. Before I got in the truck, one of the ladies came out and she said, she's found what you need. From 2012, 2013, the first stop I made, I walked away with a copy and a file of that resource guide that nobody knew existed. So we started out with that resource guide and put together with the resource, I also had a draft of the state resource guide that we approved for them to print for us. So with the Health Council resource guide and the current state resource guide, and with the input of several other people in this community, we put together this list of resources. And what we wanted to put on there was the category, the agency name, the services provided, a phone number, and a web address. So as we go down this, I'm just going to call out the agency name. Cannon County Department of
Children's Services. Sorry, I had to make it bigger so we could see. But it's Department of Children's Services.
Right. But there should be others in there as well.
Yeah.
Now you can go back up, scroll back up. You can scroll right here. There should be something here. Something here.
No, I made it bigger so they're right there, see?
Oh, okay, all right. But anyway, as we go down through here, you will see.
So
Yeah,
we have several different categories. So the first category is for children or child abuse. And these are all the services provided for that with phone numbers and web addresses if they have them. And then like child activities, we have the Arts Center, the library, community, recreational. And then child care referrals, child code behavioral problems. We have all the resources in the area for those. And then just counseling services, domestic abuse, drug abuse, financial assistance, elderly assistance, food programs, health and dental insurance for children, health services and education. We have all of the services that coincide with the category: housing and shelter, information and referrals, legal services, library and literacy, parenting programs, pre-K and preschool programs, pregnancy support, children with special needs, transportation services, treatment services, and support services. We got the prescription drop box locations in our area. And
That's it. So that's what we have put together thus far for this resource guide. Now, looking at other counties' resource guides are substantially smaller than this, with less agencies on them. I counted 92, there's 92 entries on this. I think that's too large. But I wanted to put those on there and then maybe take away what we didn't need. Remember, this is for Cannon County. This is not for Wilson County. This is not for Cheatham County. This is for Cannon County, Cannon County people, Cannon County citizens. So we need to extract some of that information, but I had rather, but if there is some that we need to add to that, and I just got a couple of items today from Ms. Lovelace of the probation department over there that we need to take a look at to go on here. So I think we're close, but now that we're this close, what I would like to do, is hand this off to a committee. Is anyone interested in taking this information here and taking it to the finish line to have it published?
need some help.
Well, I think I should be on that committee since I'm gonna help get it published, because
I'm sorry?
I said I think I should be on that committee
Okay, great.
since
Should I be the head of it?
well, yeah, I probably should be, I guess,
Oh,
because,
okay. Well, we'll give you the resources. So,
right.
Keith, thank you very much.
Can you email that to everybody here?
I'm sorry?
Can you email what we're looking at?
Absolutely. Oh, yes,
Everyone that's
absolutely.
signed in,
Yeah.
so that we can start, and
Yeah,
can we not be a member of the health council?
You can.
I mean, they stopped communicating with me, and I was too busy at the time, but I think we should have someone there, because that's Upper Cumberland,
I attend
resources.
Yeah, we were there.
Oh, you do, okay.
Yeah, we attend every
All right,
Yeah.
then,
Yeah,
that's
we're members of that.
okay.
As a matter of fact, we put on our Facebook page for everybody, everybody's invited to the Cannon County Health Council. And they do a lot of good for this community too.
We've been there for a long time, but I don't know what the schedule is anymore.
Did I understand you say you serve on this committee with Keith?
I'm not promising anything, I'm just going to be there when I can.
Okay. All right.
We've got a lot of that information in our resource book.
You'll have, Keith, okay, thank you.
I think something simple, like a poster in a lot of different places, just where to find the source.
Yeah, there's a couple ideas that we were looking at, like a quadrifold or trifold thing, and then a smaller booklet.
And this, I only have one copy of this, but I'm gonna pass it around. This is what the original book for the state looked like. Now, any questions about this document here?